it's down to rain. Raise your hands in the air, get your drinks and the music play. Shake your head, no regret, tonight this house, it's down to rain.
All right. Hey, guys, and happy Sunday evening. Tomorrow is Monday. We're dreading tomorrow being Monday. Perfect time to do an I Hate Monday show. I'm your host, Patrick, a.k.a. P-Dubs. Thanks, as always, guys, for tuning in. Greatly appreciate your support. I got a couple guests with me today. I got Tampatec here. We haven't seen Tampatec in a while. How you doing, my friend?
I'm good. Thank you. How you doing?
Wonderful. And, of course, we have Restalgia. How you doing, brother? You got to say it, man. The crowd is waiting.
Oh, okay. Well, in this video, we're going to talk about a lot of cool stuff. This is Steve from Restalgia, and let's get started.
Right. Okay, guys, so let's kind of tell you what's going to happen tonight. This is going to be kind of a shorter I Hate Monday show than we typically do. We're really going to try and get this done in 30 to 40 minutes because, obviously, we don't want to waste your time. Your time is valuable. So we have announcements to make about the AtGames Build Your Own Legends contest. We're going to tell you whose projects got selected, who's going to be participating, what their projects are going to be, and why we're so excited to feature them. And in addition to that, after we get through all the announcements and updates about the Build Your Own Legends, I do have about 6 pictures for the upcoming AtGames Legends Pinball Machine. We're going to run through the photos. We'll kind of zoom in, zoom out. We'll do a little, what is that called? Being a little skeptical. We'll try and figure out what this machine is all about. So we're going to have some cool stuff coming up, guys. Restalgia, tell people, if folks are new, let people know what the Build Your Own Legends contest is, as well as how Tampatec and myself are going to play into this. Fire away, sir.
All right. So for those who weren't aware, AtGames is actually going to be hosting a contest called the Build Your Own Legends. And what they are doing essentially is allowing people to submit proposals on using their new device, the Legends Connect, which is essentially their version of like a single board computer or like a Raspberry Pi type of device where it's a simple plug and play option for people who want to make their own, arcade cabinet or whatever it happens to be. And you put in a proposal, and AtGames is going to select a number of people to enter the competition. They'll provide them with a $300 budget plus the board. For them to build it. They will have 30 days from start to finish to get it done. And at the end of the competition, it goes into a pool and they get presented. And the panelists, which are actually the 3 of us, will decide on who we think did the best job. And that person is going to win a Legends Pinball Machine. Now, that is not the only prize. There's actually 2 additional prizes. The next one is going to be a community vote. So we will do kind of like a America's Got Talent or America's Idol or whatever they called. Any of those types of shows where we'll have a live poll where the viewers of that live stream can actually vote on who they think is the winner as well. That person will win a Gamer Pro, and then we will have one final pick. One final winner, and that is going to be PK, the CEO of AtGames, is going to make one more call and pick somebody else. We're going to call that PK's pick, and he's going to decide who is the third winner, who's going to win a Gamer Mini. So that's kind of the structure of it. In terms of the 3 of us, we're going to be on the panels to decide who the grand prize winner is. And there's a bunch of criteria that we've gonna have to go through and make sure that these contestants check off. But it's looking like it's going to be a ton of fun. So, yeah, we had a huge number of applications come through. I was actually very surprised to see how many things came in. And we had some really, really awesome ideas. And the contest original outline was supposed to be 5 individuals that move forward into the competition. And I mean, we were on the phone, the three of us, for a while, trying to knock the list down to as few people as possible, and we couldn't get down to 5. There were just so many good ones. So what we ended up doing was getting permission to bump this up to 6 contestants. So it's not 5. We've actually got 6 people entering. Anything that you guys want to say before I go into that list?
Go ahead, Tampatec. What has your experience been so far with hanging out with Restalgia and me, going through the all the different projects that got submitted? Let folks know how that's been.
Yeah, it's really we got some creative projects going on. I don't know if I should say it right now, but I just say that's really out of the box projects, and some of them that are my favorite may not be their favorite, but which I think is good to have 3 judges and to have a different perspective on it. But I know I'm not going to say right now what my favorite is, but I do have a favorite.
But we haven't even seen them built yet. But
I think you said
the idea. I meant the idea is my favorite.
Yeah, it's a favorite idea. And guys, we're gonna kind of tell you what their ideas are and what you can look forward to, because we plan on live streaming this event as a fun community event, not getting paid by AtGames to do this, doing this because, as you guys know, on my channel, I love doing fun events like this for the gaming community. So I was happy to host this just for fun for folks. So yeah, let's kind of dive into it. So now let's be transparent. A lot of folks were interested. A lot of folks sent us submissions. We got submissions from a lot of YouTubers, a lot of well-known community modders, and a lot of folks who are just general fans, I guess you would say. So in order to be fair, we did make sure that we made a healthy and fair selection between the amount of social media influencers as well as just general fans. And that's only because their projects, all their ideas were so good. So yeah, let's, who's the first one? Let's get fired away here, guys.
Okay, so first person on the list. This is somebody that I think most of the people in the live stream right now will be familiar with. We've got Glenn from Glenn's Retro Show. So he is actually going to be the first participant in the competition. Now, what he's going to be making is, without saying too much, because I kind of want this to be something that gets shown over the course of the competition, but he's going to be doing a handheld, like a Legends handheld. And the idea there is that it's going to be a 3D printed body. It's going to have a screen built into it. It's going to have the ability to have controllers that are mounted, plus the ability to plug in additional controllers and things along those lines. So it's actually sounding like it's going to be a pretty cool take on this. And I was actually hoping when this contest was announced that we were going to see some sort of handheld device, because, I mean, that's just a cool thing to do. So he is the number one position right now in terms of the selection.
Very cool. Tampatec, what do you think about seeing a handheld Legends?
I think it's going to be the hardest project to make, in my opinion, but sometimes it's worth it to win. You got to put it all in.
Yep. Let us know in the chat, guys. What do you guys think about seeing the first handheld Legends? It's very exciting, in my opinion.
Yeah. I love handheld. I got a bunch of handheld things I refurbish. I'm a huge fan of handheld.
Yes.
Yeah. So am I. I do a lot of review videos for these handheld devices and stuff. Yeah. I absolutely love them.
Does that Game Gear still weigh 1,000 pounds?
It's not as heavy as my Lynx. Look at this.
There you go. That thing's a beast.
Beautiful.
I did a repair on that too.
There you go.
All right. Who's contestant number 2?
So next contestant is actually another influencer. Most people here should know this gentleman. Cool Toy, Doug. So Doug is in here as well. Now he's going to be doing a take on like a portable miniature bar top type of device. And the way that it was described is that it's going to be set up with an 8-button setup or an 8-button layout. He's going to be implementing something around the size of a 10-inch monitor. And I think that's just a cool take, a really small countertop version of the Legends arcade system.
Very cool. Very exciting. I'm excited to see that. And if anyone can pull it off, I think it would be Cool Toy. Cool Toy, Although the guy loves his action figures, he knows how to mod. So
Yeah,
I'm
he does.
very excited to see that.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's see the next one. Who is the next one, my brother?
So we've got a gentleman. Now this guy is has definitely been around in the community for a little while. His name is Robert Peacock, and he's actually going to be doing kind of like a ColecoVision Classic console. So he's going to make a ColecoVision Classic console using the Legends Connect as the main brain. He's going to be building the case. He's going to be building a controller. He's going to get it set up so that way this console is going to be able to play the Coleco console or the ColecoVision games. So that actually is really, really interesting. Now he was saying that a good friend of his has the rights to Coleco. So I'm kind of curious to see the direction he's going to go in with this, since he's got a little bit of access to that.
Very cool. Very cool. Guys, let us know in the live chat what you guys think about the 3 projects so far. We got 3 more to go here. And let's go ahead. Oh, Complete Geek TV says it sounds fantastic. Play Games says Legends ColecoVision. Very cool. Very cool. All right, let's who's the next one on our list, buddy?
Next one is another community member, Jacob Johnson, and he's got a really, really interesting idea. Now, this would be perfect if the competition was the beginning of October, but we're a little bit late on that one. But he's going to be doing it about a 6-foot-tall, slim casket arcade mod. And it's supposed to be designed, so I'm just reading off my notes here, but it's supposed to be designed to replicate or look like an old style toe pincher coffin. And I think the idea there is that it'll be like a big arcade machine, but it'll have a fold down section that'll actually expose the monitor and the controls and all that sort of thing. And he did provide some renders, which we are not going to show you guys. You guys will have to wait to see. But man, this thing looks really, really cool. And I think this guy is the right guy to pull this off. So definitely excited to see how this one develops.
Yeah, Jacob, you are a creepy, creepy human being, my friend, but I'm excited to see this mod. He's going to take a coffin and turn it into an arcade machine. Guys, it doesn't get any more wicked than that.
Yeah.
That's the one, I'll be honest, that's the one I'm most excited about, but I'm trying not to be a biased judge, but I'm so excited to see it. Guys, you have to see the renders he sent us. He sent us an email with these renders, and we're like, it sounds crazy, but when you see his idea on paper, you're like, okay, it could work. It could totally work. We'll call it the Coffin Cade. I love it, Scott. Scott says we're going to call it the Coffin Cade.
Yeah, the Legends Coffin Cade.
Yep, casket coffin. Okay, now, who do we got next? Because we promised people we wouldn't waste their time tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. So next person on the list is Jay Wright, and pardon me if I'm pronouncing the last name incorrectly, but I believe it's Wright. Now he's going to be doing almost like a transforming console, so it'll be a smaller scale device. But the idea is that it's going to be modular in the sense that you can swap it around and change the layout of the screen and the control deck and all that sort of thing to kind of give you a different experience depending on the game that you're playing. 5 different I guess, modes or setups that it can do is a generalized display mode. This is a non-playable mode. It's made just to be put on a shelf and to run some sort of a background or screen image or something just to look cool. It'll also have a cabinet mode. It'll have a pinball mode. It'll have a portrait mode, and it'll also have a landscape mode. So this is actually really cool. I'm not 100% sure exactly how he's going to do it. I'd imagine 3D printing and some other stuff that he's going to do, but it's going to be really cool to see how this one actually ends up turning out.
Yeah, very, very cool. Tampatec, what do you think about that one? Was that one your favorite, the Transformer? Or was it one of the other ones?
It was that one's actually a really good one, and that's probably one of my favorites, but not like maybe number 1 favorite, but I don't know. We'll wait and I'll let you know.
Yeah. So again, guys sent us some rendered like sketches showing us how this thing is going to be like a cocktail table that can flip and turn, and then it becomes an arcade machine, and you could run pinball games on it and all that kind of stuff. It was a really deep, well thought out plan that he sent us, and it sounds really awesome. So we're just going to say like, what's that guy, Mark Wahlberg? It's a Transformer. He's making a Transformer. So
I want to see the outcome and then I'll know for sure.
Yeah. So there we go. We've got our Legends Transformer.
Okay.
That's kind of the coined name I've given it, but we'll see what they come up with in terms of their own names. And the number 6, the number 6 position, which wasn't supposed to be there, but we couldn't narrow it down. You guys have seen how creative these ideas are. We've actually got Rex from the Rexer Show, and what he's going to be doing is, I don't know if he's decided on a name, but I think he liked the name Legends Pinwall. And if you can kind of get the idea, what he's going to do is some sort of a wall-mounted, low-profile device that you can obviously mount to the wall specifically for pinball play. So my understanding is he's going with a vertical screen, and he's going to have this all set up in that way. And he's talking about adding accessories and a whole bunch of other really cool stuff, which I won't talk about too much because I want you guys to see it in action. But this is also another really interesting idea.
Yeah, we've seen some other companies, they make these wallcades, right? And Rex is like, you know what, guys, I want to make a little Legends pinball machine with a vertical screen and mount it on my wall. I'm going to call it the pin wall for now. So that sounds really cool as well. So out of the 6 folks, we got 3 from YouTube channels and 3 from just normal community members. Guys, we had to turn a lot of people away. We had to turn away a lot of YouTube channels. And we also had to turn away a lot of community members, but we got 6 for the first round. But this isn't the last time this kind of thing is going to happen. In fact, a lot of guys who didn't get selected for this first initial contest, we told them, resubmit for the second one. Good chance you might get in, right? Depending on what other submissions come in.
Yeah. So that's definitely important to note. I mean, if they submitted and they didn't make it through the first round, resubmit for the next round. And another thing that was interesting as well is that we allow team builds, and every single application we got was just individual builds. One person said, here's my idea, let's do it. But you guys can team up. If you got a group of people that you want to work with to make something, you can do it. The competition is open to teams. So keep that in mind.
Now, do us a favor, Restalgia, let people know what the next steps are going to be of the contest. And that way, after that, they'll know what to expect. And then we can move on to some pinball photos.
Yeah, so in terms of next steps, the contestants now are just waiting for their Legends Connect boards to arrive. And I would normally set dates and times, but because people are having things shipped to different parts of the U.S., I just want to make sure that all of the contestants have received their boards before we set a date, just so that way things are fair and nobody's kind of left out in the rain. Once they have their device, we're going to go ahead and determine an active starting date. Once that date is placed, contestants will get ready, but they cannot start their build until the date and time that it's announced. Once that time has been announced and it is active and we are on that day, that's their go. They start, they've got 30 days to compete. They've got to build their device within that 30-day span. And what we're going to be doing as a group of 3 is be doing a live stream every week towards the end of each week, giving you guys an update. And what I'm hoping to do is, because we do have 6 contestants, I'm going to reach out to them. I'm going to see if we can actually get them on a live stream, so that way they can actually walk through with you their idea, their inspiration, the trouble that they're having, if they are having any last minute changes, tweaks, whatever they've got to do, just to let us know how things are going. And the idea is to get 2 people on for each live stream. So we'll do 3 live streams throughout the process. And then our final live stream is just going to be the showcase. We'll show you guys everybody's final builds. We'll talk about them a little bit. We'll go ahead and post that community vote for the community to be able to vote on which ones they like the best. And then we actually get to make our picks, and so will PK. And we'll announce the winners.
Beautiful. Should be fun. So overall, you might see about 3, maybe 3 streams, checking in with the first round of contestants. Another stream where we'll check in with the second 3 contestants, and then we'll do the live voting stream and the results stream and all that kind of stuff. So overall, guys, this is going to be a short, sweet, maybe 3 or 4 episode type thing, and all that kind of stuff. Do me a favor, guys, in the chat, taking a look. We have a handheld device, a portable bar top, a Coleco console, a casket arcade, the Coffincade, a transformer, and the Legends Pinwall. Guys, let me know in the chat which one you're most excited to see. And yes, guys, having to tell Bobby that we couldn't get Bobby in the first contest was heartbreaking for all of us, because Bobby did have a great idea. Bobby, I'm hoping you submit it for the next contest. Hopefully we can get you in for that one. Tampatec, which one are you the most excited of again? I forgot. My brain is a little scattered on all these.
For me, the idea is the wall-mounted one is, I think, the most just like mounting it on your wall, saving space, and even if they it could be actually remanufactured. So as a standpoint of manufacturing something like that, that makes the most sense. Also the handheld, but I think just people like to save space. There's so much crap in other people's house, like just saving space. Especially women. Women love to save space, so that's an excuse to get the arcade in your house.
Yeah, I agree. What about you, Restalgia?
I don't know, man. I actually really am excited for all of them. I don't know that I've got a top pick right now. I think that they're all kind of unique in their own way, and they're all very, very different, right? Like, it's not like I'm looking at 5-6 different arcade specific builds. Like, we've got handhelds in here. We've got a ColecoVision Mini type of console. We've got a transforming machine, which I've never seen anybody do anything like that before. We've got the wall-mounted pinball unit. We've got a casket that we're turning into an arcade. Like, there's just, you could go any which way. I'm just, I don't know that I can make a pick right now. I'm pretty excited about all of them.
What's your favorite idea, though?
Ooh,
give us a top 3.
I don't know that I've got a top 3. I'm like a classic type of handheld. I do really like the handheld. I really like the idea that Glenn came with for that handheld, and I do a ton of handheld stuff on my channel. And I think that's a really interesting idea because the Kinect is going to be able to play a ton of games, and a lot of the handhelds that you'll buy on the market right now, they don't really have a ton of horsepower. So this is a perfect contender in terms of what it can run. I'm also really interested in seeing the casket mod. That is like, when we started this competition, I wasn't expecting something like that to come in. And when I saw that, I was like, whoa, like, that's really, really complicated, but thinking way outside the box. And I love it. Yeah. So, and then, I mean, we've also got, like I said, that transforming. I've never seen something like that. I'm excited to see that too. So, I mean, I don't really have a top 3. As soon as, I'm sure once we get started and I actually can visually see some of these things, maybe I'll kind of shift one way or another. But right now, man, I'm excited to kind of see how this is all going to turn out.
Hey guys, do us a favor. CEO of AtGames, PK, is watching the show. He's in the chat room. He's been very active in the chat room. PK, thanks for your support. Do us a favor, guys. Everyone say hi to PK. Let him know what you think of this contest. Hopefully you guys are saying nice things about this contest. I think this is a great, fun event for community, which is why I was happy to voluntarily host it for AtGames. Okay, guys, let's get to some fun stuff. Well, I mean, that stuff is fun, but I know a lot of you folks tuned in for some pinball photos. So we have some photos here. I got 6 photos, and I'll be honest, they're not the greatest photos in the world. This JoJo likes to send us teasers, right? Teaser photos. But we can make it happen. So, I asked my buddy Johnny Lawrence, I said, Johnny, I got these 6 photos in my email. What should I do with them, Johnny?
And then send it to the internet.
Johnny Lawrence says send it to the internet. So let's do it, guys. Let's do it. Okay, so this one you guys may have kind of seen before, but this is more of a top-down view of the Legends Pinball Machine. And of course, when you look in here, you will see that the screen is recessed. Unfortunately, I cannot confirm how recessed the screen actually is. We'll see it a little bit better on some of the angled photos coming up. But this is more of a kind of a concept art type shot. This obviously isn't the artwork that we've seen on the machine. I just wanted folks to kind of see how the back box and everything lines up. So this is just a concept photo, guys. But that gives you a heads up as to how. Now, one thing I will admit, I like on some pinball machines where the back box actually hangs over the base of the unit. This one's a little bit more streamlined. Do you think that might get tweaked, Restalgia, before this gets released? I know they're doing some final tweaks and stuff.
I can't say for sure. I have no idea in terms of the design side of things what they're going to be tweaking. But I mean, they're obviously still looking at making some changes. But I don't know what they're going to come out with. I'm in the same position that I think everybody else is right now.
Mm-hmm. Now, a lot of folks will like the thin bezel, and let's kind of go full screen here. They don't want to see our mugs. They want to see this pinball machine. So let's go full screen here for you folks. Now, let's kind of take a look. This is the picture they sent me. And as we kind of get naughty and zoom in, we can confirm we definitely have this thumb pad here on the apron. And then, of course, this is the final artwork. On the last picture, it was more of a concept art. If you take a look here, this is more of a final shot of the artwork. And when you look at this artwork, the cartoon style and all that kind of stuff, it blends in with a lot of classic pinball machines. Like when you sit this next to some of these other old style pinball machines with their classic comic style artwork, it actually does blend in really well.
Well, it's important to note that all the artwork that you're looking at is actual backglass artwork from the Gottlieb tables. Mm-hmm. So this is actual artwork that would have been on the original pinball machines.
Mm-hmm. Now, in this photo, as I kind of sneaky and maneuver my way around, you do see it's recessed. It doesn't look that far, though. Maybe, if I had to guess, maybe a couple of inches down, not too far. What do you think, Restalgia, if you had to guess, or Tampatec, looking at this photo, how far down do you think that screen is?
Well, I do a lot of TV repairs, and it looks like it's maybe like 1/4 inch down, but you don't want it. I don't know how like the heat issue with the TV is going to cause like being like in there. There's got to be some kind of fan.
Well, I can tell you it's definitely deeper than 1/4 inch. I don't have the exact measurements, but I would say that it's going to be. I'd say it's certainly more than 1 inch in terms of how far it's recessed. I just don't have an exact measurement, but for sure it definitely is recessed, and it's going to be at least a minimum of 1 inch.
Now, there's some cool stuff up here, but I think we actually have a really good photo that's going to explain what that stuff is coming up. Right here on the back box, you do see that these appear to be hinges. If I'm looking at this correctly.
Folds down for shipping. I used to do TV.
Yeah.
I also was a pinball tech and an arcade tech back in early 2000 for a company called Home Game Room. And you fold it down and you put it up vertically and you wrap it up on a crate. And that's how we used to ship the pinball machines. So that's probably a hinge.
Yeah. Hey, PK, you're in the chat. Is it time to spoil the news? Is this thing, because a lot of folks have been wondering, how is this back box going to connect to the base of the cabinet? Is it going to be bolted in like we've seen on some other in-home pinball products where it's two separate pieces and it just bolts in? Or is it going to be technically one piece connected with a hinge? Guys in the chat, let me know, guys. Does this look like a hinge? Does it look like it's going to be shipped to you, folded down, and then you just lift it up and plug it in and start playing? I mean, that's what a lot of real pinball machines do. Let me know in the chat, guys. And of course, there's a good shot of that user interface, which we've kind of shown off before.
Yeah, in the 90s, they actually had the hinge, but the earlier pinball machines, they were bolted on, and you had to place them upright and then bolted the header on.
Yeah. All gravy, baby. All gravy. All right, let's see what
it's actually that shot. I really like that shot. And I think this is the shot that AtGames had posted on their social platforms. Just because it really does show to scale the size of it in comparison to an original machine, like an actual mechanical pinball machine. It's really impressive. Like, it looks really good. So I definitely like that.
We got CEO PK, 10-minute max out-of-box assembly time. That definitely sounds like it's a hinge that's folded down, and you just fold it up, plug it in, and get playing. So I love it. I love it. And a lot of folks are saying, all gravy indeed, only 10 minutes. All right, let's take a look at the next picture. Now, taking a look here. Now, PK, you know I love you, man. But why aren't these ports on the back of the machine? It's wonderful, though, that you're giving us options. We'll have, and this is, you guys will see, this is right near the front of the cabinet where the back box, that's the speaker grill, meets the base of the cabinet. You do have your HDMI port and your USB ports for your OTG, that kind of stuff. Plug it in your own PC or other devices, and of course, a quick button to switch between this HDMI port and the main port, the main view of the cabinet. But once again, these are right beneath the monitor. PK, you know I love you. I wish these were hidden in the back, but then again, it is what it is. What do you guys think about this? Having these ports available to you for plugging in your own PCs and running your own games and all that kind of stuff, possibly, right? Restalgia, what do you think about all this?
So a couple things in my mind. I don't actually mind where the position is. I think that it's fine. It's accessible. I think that, sure, it would be nice if it was on the back. That's another option. But where it's at is just nice and simple because, I mean, let's say you want to just take your PC and pop it into this thing and you don't want your PC all the time connected to this device. You don't want to be pulling out a 150-pound machine to get access to the back panel to plug things in. I don't mind it. In terms of accessibility, it's a little bit more flexible on the front. That being said, I mean, you don't necessarily need to be a technical genius to know that you can split wires inside. You can double up. You can do a whole bunch of stuff, and you can reroute wires wherever you want. And okay. If that's something you want to do, but I think the placement makes sense, at least to me.
Okay. Well, we have a lot of folks in the chat who, and I appreciate your honest opinion, a lot of folks are saying they actually prefer it in the front for ease of access.
Yeah,
so I'll take it. I'll take it. Fine. I'll take the hint. I'll take the hint. Okay. But then there's a couple guys like Gary who are like me. We really don't want wires on the front of the machine. But, you know, with the AtGames products, guys, you got to remember, you're always tinkering, right? You're always like, you know what? Today I'm playing the games on the cabinet. Tomorrow I'm going to play the games on my PC, right? You're always tinkering. So maybe with all that constant moving, maybe it makes sense not to put it in the back. All right, let's keep going. So there you go. Now this is another really good teaser shot. Now what's interesting about this photo is you'll notice that on this photo it doesn't appear that the back box is connected on the top here. It looks like it's been taken off. But it kind of gives you a good view of the buttons. Now, at first glance, when I looked at these, I thought these were light up buttons because of that neat little edge to them. So, PK, if you're in the chat, do those buttons light up? Let us know. And folks, let me know what you think about what you're seeing right here. And of course, there is your real plunger right there. And of course, here is your flipper and your nudge button. I'm assuming the flipper is this one and your nudge is right here as well. And that nudge also has that clear plastic base ring around it as well. So I was wondering, do these buttons light up or not? Let me know what you guys think.
I'm thinking, I don't think that they would for some reason. I don't think that they would have made the front ones light up, but the side ones not. And if they did kind of make them all light up with the exception of the red buttons, it would kind of look a little bit strange to me. I would think that none of them light up. I think that clear, I guess, a base to those buttons, I think it's just, you know, a style of button.
Well, thanks, Leah, for telling me I'm awesome randomly in the live show. Thanks so much. We greatly appreciate it. If they don't light up, I'll make them. Guys, that's honestly be a pretty easy mod to do.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just ask 2Die4. Make sure you guys subscribe to the King of Mods, Bobby Vu. He'll light those buttons up. Plunger looks great. A lot of folks are saying the plunger looks great. Let's kind of zoom in on that plunger for you. Oh, excuse me. There you go. This kind of looks like it has a nice little metal plate to it with the plunger. Is this going to be the final plunger ball? Is it going to be like this? What do you guys think? Would you guys have it like this? Like this? Would you rather have a round ball? Let me know your guys' opinion in the chat. Would you change this out? I think this is okay. I got big hands. That gives me something to grab. That's what she said.
See, I don't mind this plunger, but in terms of personal preference, if you look at the machine beside it, I actually like the kind of like the button style cap. I do like that better personally, but that's just a preference thing. Just because, you know, you slip your fingers in behind it and give it a good pop, and that's it. So I don't know. That's what I'm accustomed to, but I don't think that there's anything wrong with this. This 100% is all personal preference. All of these little things are all personal preference. Some will like it, some won't, and that's just the nature of the beast.
It's the nature of the beast. Okay, let's see if we can see anything else on here. So looking at the pinball legs, it does look like we can confirm there's only one bolt going into the cabinet instead of two. What are your guys' thoughts on stability of the machine, though not using this bolt? What do you guys think about that? Sell me on that, Restalgia.
Oh, I don't know if I can sell you on that. It depends on their engineering. Obviously, I've not seen this device. I've seen them only in photos, just the same way that everyone else has. Assuming that, it's built well with good quality material, and the bolts that are going in are secured properly. I don't necessarily think you need the second one. This isn't a 400 or 500 pound pinball machine. This is just 150 pounds is still a big animal, but it's not. It doesn't necessarily need it. So I'm sure the engineering behind it has verified that you don't in fact need it. But
although this thing weighs how many pounds? 150 pounds.
150 pounds. Yeah.
How much do you think this bastard weighs right here? I mean, seriously, like maybe this one definitely needs multiple bolts. Does this one really need that, or would it be overkill? And considering you have adjustable feet, maybe you could use it to kind of adjust the cabinet as well. So,
and that's a fair point. I mean, and when you look at the legs look like they are legitimate pinball legs. Like they look substantial.
Yep.
Like those things look solid on their own. So I mean, I'm not too concerned. What do you think, Tampatec? What are your thoughts so far on these photos?
It looks like the bolts. So I agree with him. It's probably light. Like a real pinball machine weighs a ton, and I used to lift them up the stairs for customers, and my back still hurts from that. And we delivered to David Wells. There was a New York Yankees pitcher, and he had a flight of stairs going upstairs. Oh my God, what a nightmare! And he gave us $100 tip, which was back then that was really good. But I would say, are you looking at the legs? Looks like two bolts can go in, but it's height adjusted.
Yeah, maybe. We will know a little bit more coming soon, unless PK or somebody wants to. Oh, PK says yes right here. He says yes. So there you go. Very good, guys. Thanks so much, guys. Give a shout out to PK in the chat, giving away all the news. That's awesome.
Thanks,
all right,
PK.
Now, PK, since you're here, I'm going to press you, brother. So we have this apron right here with a little controller on it, which I'm assuming is for navigating menus and stuff. Yet we've heard that AtGames is going to give us the ability to play other games besides pinball games on this particular pinball machine. So my question is guys, can you imagine playing like, I don't know, Fix It Felix or something like that on a vertical 32-inch screen?
That would look pretty going.
That would look pretty sexy, but PK, am I going to have to use this little controller and the flipper button? Is there something else I can put in there, PK? What do you think, PK? What can we put in there? I mean, if this is here, that means there's a serial bus port. You know what I'm saying? And what happens if there's a serial bus port? What can go in there? Restalgia, what are you thinking? I'm gonna pressure you as well.
Unicorns and rainbows, man. We can put whatever our hearts desire.
Whatever our hearts desire. I mean, we have 200 people watching, and they want to know what is this thing going to be capable of, and I want to know what. Let me know if PK says, Pac-Man Blast and a something. PK. I have to tell you something, man. One of my favorite shows is Unsolved Mysteries, right? It's like one of my favorite shows of all time. And when you put the pieces of the puzzle together, maybe you guys and me can solve a mystery. This pinball machine has been advertised to be about 19 inches wide. Am I right, Restalgia? Right around 19 inches wide?
I don't recall the exact measurements, but somewhere around there.
Right. And what else is 19 inches wide, guys? I don't know. Maybe if I could think
a Toyota Prius.
What is this? What is this? What is that? What was that? What was that? I thought I saw something there. What is this, guys? What is that?
That looks interesting. Does that have measurements on it?
That's also 19 inches wide. What is going on there?
You're on to something.
And this device also has a serial bus port in the back of it. So PK, is this going to happen? He's gonna get so mad at me. But
I'm innocent on this one. I'm letting you talk.
The reason why I don't think this is going to happen is look at the artwork on this thing. If you stick this in your machine, it's not going to match your machine. Am I wrong? It's not going to match your machine. So, that's the only thing I worry about, right? So I'm like, if that's possible, how do you make it match your machine if you're going to leave it in there for a long period of time? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, guys, I'm just suspecting. PK got quiet in the chat. Let's see. Did PK say anything, guys?
Not that I've seen. That means
Nope.
We're just going to have to wait and find out.
All right. Well, hopefully something goes in there so we can play more than just pinball games on this particular device. That would be pretty cool. Let me just double check my photos. I thought I had one more for everybody. Let's take a look here.
PK said no.
He said no? He said, he said no, guys. He said no. I thought it was the Gamer Mini, guys. I was really thinking about it. All right, guys. It's not the Gamer Mini, but let's take a look. All right, this might be the last photo we have for you. This gives you another shot of the front right here where you can kind of see everything. Man, they're really selling this apron with the photos that we got leaked to us right here. Or from JoJo and all that. But I mean, honestly, guys, I think this is really going to fit. If you have a row of real pinball machines in your house, right? I think this is going to fit in quite nicely. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think this is going to match, or is it going to stand out like a sore thumb? Let me know in the chat.
Well, I mean, I think it'll float. Like you can see that in the photos. It doesn't really. I mean, it's a V-pin table, so. Mm-hmm. I mean, that makes it stand out, but it doesn't stand out in a negative way. It's just a different style of table, and it's nice that it kind of fits the same form factor.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's nice. That being said, I mean, it's a big machine, so you got to have the space for this. But this isn't a toy. This is not a toy. This is a big machine. So,
big machine. All right, guys, as more photos, and the thing that I want the most, guys, I want some gameplay videos. I want to see how this thing runs and operates. That way folks can make informed and their best informed decisions possible before purchasing a $600 product. So as soon as we can get additional photos as well as gameplay demonstrations, we would love to share those or at least see those. And all that kind of stuff, guys. So hopefully AtGames and Farside Studios can make that happen. We'd greatly appreciate it. Guys, let us know your final thoughts about what you've seen so far. I greatly appreciate it. Everyone say thanks to AtGames for giving us at least some pictures for tonight. We greatly appreciate that. And of course, big shout out to Tampatec and Restalgia for joining me as we start our Build Your Own Legends journey. Hopefully everyone out there is excited about the contest. Again, it's only going to be about 3 or 4 episodes, and we're going to make it fun. And I can't wait to see these projects come to life. Speaking of projects, Tampatec, what did you do with your Legends Connect board? You got a Legends Connect board. What did you do with it?
I try to make the project as easy as possible so anyone can achieve it and do it for themselves. So I basically just opened up my TV and, slapped it in the TV and opened up some, vents, the spots on top of the, on top of the TV frame, the bezel, not the bezel, the back cover. And then you could plug everything in from the back of the TV through the TV. So when you turn on the TV, the TV turns on with the board, and there's me. That's when I'm, you can see slapping the board in right there. But I had to put a insulator so it doesn't short out on the chassis. So when you do this, you have to make sure it doesn't short anything. But it's not. I was going to power it using the power supply in the TV, but that would void the warranty on the TV, and also that would be a liability if anyone did something wrong and burned down the house. So I didn't want to be responsible for that. So I just connected the outside power source to a smart switch, and I tell my Google, assistant to turn everything on together, and that's how it turns on. And then I switched the input to HDMI 1 and I stream using my computer, which is right next to it.
Well, this is really cool. So basically what you did is you took a TV and just turned it into a straight up Legends Ultimate without the arcade sticks and all that other kind of stuff. It's just literally a Legends Ultimate television. That's that's crazy, man. Am I right? Is that a good way?
It took me it's very easy to do. Anyone could do it, and I could have ran the HDMI cable inside, but I just basically did it to show everyone, like, hey, this is super easy to do.
Yeah, really, really cool, guys. All right, folks.
Yeah. Well, before we go, actually, I was going to mention that with the competition, Patrick, you're going to be doing some sort of a mod with the Legends Connect board, which I think you're hopefully going to do in the coming weeks. And I'm also going to be doing one alongside the contestants. So why don't you let everyone know what you're doing? I'll do the same after.
So I'm doing the easiest one of them all, folks. I'm doing the Pandora's Box mod. So I got a Pandora's Box fight stick out in my loft. I would have had it done already, but as you guys know, I was out of town on vacation last week. So I'm hoping maybe tomorrow night I'll be able to build it. Should literally take maybe, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes to swap out a Pandora's Box for the Legends Connect board and then get that up and running. But it'll be a pretty easy thing to do. And we're super excited to show that, because that's one of the key mods for this Legends Connect device. Is if you have Pandora's Box sitting around your house, you're not using it, and you're looking for something fun to do with it, you could easily swap that Pandora's Box for a Legends Connect board, have access to their entire ecosystem, go from 900 games to thousands of games, as you guys all know, and all that kind of stuff. So we'll get that done for everybody.
Yeah.
And what are you doing for your mod?
So the mod that I'm going to be doing, I will do it alongside the contestants, but obviously I'm not eligible to win anything. I'm just doing it to just add some content to the first round through. And I just decided to go with, your standard 2-player bar top. So like a big bar top machine. I'm going to be throwing in there a 22-inch monitor, 2-player control setup. And I think that'll be lots of fun.
Very cool. Very cool. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in to P-Dubs Arcade Loft. Give us a thumbs up on the way out. Make sure you click that subscribe button, and not just for good old P-Dubs, but also subscribe to Tampatec and Restalgia. Hopefully you guys will join us for future episodes. There's going to be about 3 of them about the Build Your Own Legends contest. Can't wait to see what Glenn's Retro Show, what Cool Toy, Robert Peacock, Jacob Johnson, Jay Wright, the Rexer Show. Can't wait to see what everyone builds for everybody. And as always, if we have some more pinball news, we'll get it to you as well, guys. Do me a favor. Smash that thumbs up on the way out. I haven't said smash in a long time, but give us a thumbs up on your way out, and we'll be talking to you guys real soon. Take care, guys.